Hey guys, it's time for another Christmas movie breakdown, and I just have to say going into this movie that it was very unexpected for me based on the poster that I saw. Before each movie, I really try to not watch any previews. I even go so far as to when they cut to the commercial and it's always an advertisement for the next movie, I actually start saying nope, 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 as while I'm looking for the remote to be able to fast forward through it, because I don't want to go in with any preconceived ideas. So the only idea I had about this one was based on the cover. So I hope our questions get into that, but if they don't, we're still going to discuss it at the end. So let's dig deeper with 12 questions about Christmas in Harmony. What surprised you most about the movie? Honestly, it was just going into it with such an incorrect idea of what this movie was going to be about. The poster made me think it was going to be a fantastical type of movie with magic and that sort of thing. So that is probably the biggest surprise to me. And it just kind of, and the fact that, and the second biggest was that her name was Harmony. That was like Christmas in Harmony. I don't know, I would have thought that it would be the town name if we were being literal. It surprised me that her actual name was Harmony. So I would say two of those things. I know I was supposed to say most, but we're going to go with two anyway. Do you think any events in the movie were inspired by real life? This could have easily been from real life because I'm sure people get laid off all the time during downsizing and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I think that could have easily been the case. There was nothing too out there. And the idea of a celebrity coming to a small town event to raise money, I would not be surprised at all if that has happened in the past, and maybe that sparked an idea here. So I think that it could very well have been, there could be pieces of it that came from real life. Summarize the movie in 5 words. Oh goodness, that's a challenging one. Summarize in 5 words. Talented singer finds Christmas healing. That's what I'm going to go with. Talented singer finds Christmas healing. There you go. 5 words. What did you think of the romance's pacing? I felt like it was like always 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Actually, more like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So the romance's pacing actually felt probably a little bit like real life, but different than what I would have thought for movies. Well, I don't know. They're always creating strife in the movie. But it just felt like there was never really an explanation about this other girl. It felt like that Harmony, I almost felt like there was something specific about the other girl that rubbed her the wrong way, but they never explained that specific thing. So I take that back. Later, it comes out that wasn't at all what she was upset about. So that was kind of a weird jealousy thing early on. The pacing, though, it was okay. It just seemed like we rushed in real fast and then we eased back out and then rushed in. So it was a lot of really fast back and forth, which in that situation I suppose would be realistic. So I enjoyed the pacing, but sometimes I wanted to scream at them. Did you like the heat level of the movie? I did like the heat level of the movie. I felt like it was just right. It was old boyfriend and girlfriend that they would feel comfortable with each other, but it wasn't overly, sexed up and that sort of thing. So I really liked the way that they felt natural with each other, but yet there was still that kind of distance. So that all felt real to me. Do you have any lingering questions after finishing the movie? Lingering questions. I would like to know, what exactly, why she had a problem with the other girl, if she thought that had anything to do with them breaking up. I would like to know if Eric pushed back against her father at all, or if he just caved right away. And I would like to know if the quote that Harmony has that goes along with the snow globe, I would like to know if that was something that Eric said or something her dad came up with. So, it's not relevant to the movie. It's just interesting to me. So, I really would like to know who that quote came from. What motivates the actions of each of the characters in the movie? Motivates the actions. All right, so Harmony, what motivates her actions is being a success. She views success not in living her dream, but in being significant. So it doesn't matter if it's as a singer she planned or managing other singers. And I think she's driven by wanting to please her father, who cannot give her the feedback she's desiring now. So I think she's driven by that need for success. Eric is driven by, I don't actually know. I want to say community. He seems to be more focused on his community and being part of a group, and he's okay to go into the background to allow other people to shine, whereas he could shine in his own right. And that's probably also because of the conversation with her father. So I think he's driven by the need to allow others to succeed instead of himself. I'm not going to delve into everybody else. That's the main people. Do you think the couple in the story were realistic or not? For the most part, I would say yes. There were a few things where there was this weird friction, but I do think that it actually ended up getting explained. So I would say that yes, actually, overall, they were realistic as a couple. They're, appropriately aged to each other. Although she kept looking so young to me, which made me feel really old. I was like, does she really look that young? Or is that just me? And the way that they interacted together, like I said before, it was a casualness that they would have had because of all those years together. So, yes, realistic. Which character would you most like to meet in real life? The star singer. What was her name? Melody Star, I think. And I know that's probably so cliche, but I don't know. She just seemed so much fun, and the way that she wanted to give back to the people who had supported her, and her standing up for Harmony to the execs when they fired her, when they fired Harmony. She just really, she seemed like a person that you would definitely want in your corner. So I would say I would like to meet her. Melody Star. Is it actually Mellow and D and Star? That's what I kept hearing, so I don't know if it's true, but that's what it is in my head. Did the ending answer all your questions? Yeah, I mean, I like that. I know how, that she's gonna start her own company. Um, she's bringing on her assistant with her. She answered that immediately. She said she's getting a major job upgrade. Um, we know that she's signed herself. She's gonna have Melody, and she'll probably have Eric as well. So that was answered. The mama and Deacon getting together was answered. I would say I those are the main things, I guess, to wrap up. So yes, I would say that I I I had all my questions answered in the end, and I was satisfied with the way that the questions were answered in the end. If you could hear this same story from another person's point of view, who would you choose? If I could hear this same story, I would choose her sister, because I think her sister would have had a very unique viewpoint, because she would have seen, she might even would have known about Eric coming over that day. She would have known what was going on without actually being a part of it. And so she would point out all of the things that Harmony had done to distance herself or to try to succeed, and she would point out all the things that Eric had done to try to help others to succeed. So I think that her sister, who I cannot remember her name, is I mean, we're not surprised by that. I would like to hear her point of view. Did anything make you want to take action after watching this movie? Yes, actually, the caroling scene made me want to go caroling. I started wondering how much fun would that be to go and actually and make people smile in that way, and just bring joy to others while building up joy in yourself as well. In the end, I wouldn't go caroling, though, because it's not going to sound the same. It's not going to be as much fun as this group of carolers. I mean, that caroling in the movie was so fabulous because it made me want to sing along, which I think is one of the real key points of Christmas movies, is if they get you to engage and sing, and it just kind of lights you up inside. So they did such a good job with that. And so it did make me interested in the idea of caroling. I'm not sure if I actually will. Spoiler, probably not. But it did make me interested in looking into it. As far as scenes go that were, like, just jumped out at me, at the very beginning, when Harmony is talking to her boss, and he's saying, "I'm letting you go," and he says, "I pulled you up from the mailroom." What she said next floored me. She's like, "You did not." I mean, that's not exactly how she said it, but basically it was, "My talent pulled me out of the mailroom." She refused to allow him to take credit for her talent and her hard work. So I thought that was phenomenal and a great lesson for us all to do that. And after that, she went back home, but I missed where she said she was going. Until halfway through the movie, they said something about North Carolina. So if they said that at the beginning, I missed it. But so I was like, well, where is home? And it wasn't exceedingly southern where she went. So I thought that was, I don't know, it just seemed nondescript. And then they said North Carolina later. When they were talking about who was going to direct the choir, and both Eric and Harmony were there, the guy that was munching on popcorn in the he's munching on popcorn while he I can't even think. while they're talking about who's gonna be the director, and he's in the choir eating the popcorn. I was like, oh my goodness, it's like internet has come to real life. Pass the popcorn, we're gonna watch a show. And then when they announced it, he clapped. So he was interesting. He didn't have any other part, but he actually really, he was noticeable in that scene. The ghost recreation moment, I mean, these movies with the ghost recreation movie, I mean, and I guess, it's cliche because it does happen, but it makes me think of Ghost so strongly that I can't even escape that imagery. When they start talking about the problems with them losing their lease, both the deacon and the mama they're like, they have nowhere else to go. What are we gonna do if we lose this property? And this is one thing that always sticks out to me in movies. I'm like, there's other property. It's not like there's anything about this piece of property that it has to be there. So, I mean, I understand for the movie we have to be trying to save the place, and of course you want to save it anyway. But it's not like there are no other options. There are other options, and it's false to suggest that it is just the one option, and if we don't have this, then we have nothing. So that's something that I don't care for in movies, presenting that false yes or no question mentality. I'm not saying that right, but hopefully you understand what I mean. When it was revealed that Eric had been the one to bring over the snow globe and that Eric had come by the house, my mind was blown. I did not see that coming at all. That was just a complete shocker. And I mean, like, my heart grew 3 sizes, that Eric had sacrificed in that way for her, and he had given the globe to her, even knowing that she would not know it was from him. I mean, truly selfless giving is, I think, the best way that I think of Eric. And one of the things I really did like about this movie is it had a religious undertone, without being pushy and in your face, and it was more natural to me. What life should be like and can be like and has been like for me, instead of like in your face trying to make you see things. You wouldn't enjoy the movie if you didn't believe the same way that the people who did the movie did. And this movie, I don't think that's the case on. And there were a few quotes. There's always quotes. So I love quotes, and I think there will always be quotes from the movies. She is testing my testimony. That's fantastic. I've never heard that before. Testing my testimony. So I'm sure I will not incorporate that, but I would love to if it matched my personality better. And then the star quote, as far as the best quote by far. Whenever you feel like the world is swirling around you, let everything settle and follow your North Star. It will guide you home. And that is just so beautiful, and I love it so, so much. And on the note of the star, the song that the star sang in the show that they did was just so phenomenal, and I loved it so much. I have not looked to see if it's available on Spotify yet. I'm sure it is, and I'm sure I will get it. Merry Christmas! I think it'll be this way. We can see her right arm, right? And so she's like looking down a little bit, and so got her arms up, and just like, right? So it's like that, and then let's see, his look is he's got his arms like this and just kind of looking at her, right? Just like, no, he's got a finger on her under her chin, right? He's got this finger is under her chin. So let's see. All right, we'll see if I can make a thumbnail out of that.